Okay, it's working now. So, hello everyone, I'm now Rainbow Dash today.
Hello, Rainbow Dash.
And I'm happy that so many people show up just to see this projection. I will be talking about the picture of Bronies in online encyclopedias. Especially I will be talking about different language versions of Wikipedia. But also I will post something about its parodies at the end. First I will introduce you to the topic. I will tell a short story about my thoughts about the idea, and so we'll jump to the articles. I don't know if you have read the description of this event at the website of the Kucykon. Basically the idea behind that was that my friend said to me for all different mails that the activities on the conventions usually are very boring because all the panels are boring because it's just reading stuff from Wikipedia, and there is no creative to that, so I decided to make a panel about it, and literally we will be showing all of text from Wikipedia, and I hope it will be entertaining, at least for some people, but we will show why. Okay, so let's start. Do you have any questions so far? Yep.
I love them.
You're ready. I thought so, but I had to ask. Okay, so do anyone remembers the picture? Not really. Oh,
Galacon?
yeah, Galacon 24, I guess. And during this convention, there was some special thing on the charity auction. It was this sign. I mean, the thing that was at the auction and people were bidding it, it wasn't the original sign, of course, but where it came from? It came from the real existing Polish village. It's called Brony, like that. It's in the middle of Poland, almost near Łódź. That's the city. And why the hell someone in Poland thought to themselves, yo, let's name this village like the funny people who push horses. I have no idea, but actually the name didn't come from the Bronies. It came from the agricultural equipment. It looks like that. Yeah, this boring farm stuff. Yeah, but the problem, especially here in Poland, is that what about a guy who just works on the farm, has computer and decided to search for it because they just wanted to buy it online? I think they could look like that at this very moment. And the first thing that appears on Google is Wikipedia. So it's this beautiful article about Bronies in Polish. It's very boring and it's very short because that's the ending, that's the beginning. You can see this is the end of the picture and you can see the top. So it's only, it's not very, it's not very informative because you have only the basic stuff where the word Bronies came by, the mention of 4chan, about meme, the internet memes, about remix culture, and the ending is a bit weird. It's talking about conventions. And we have only one, we have two conventions, we have only one. We have my little convent, it was in 2012 in Krakow. 400 boys came by, I showed at the con, and that's pretty much it. there is a mentioning about Pony Congress, and the first Pony meetup that was the 2011 in Warsaw. And that's basically it. Quite a boring thing, but it's not only that's not the only Polish page on Wikipedia about Bronies, because at the page that's talking about My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, there is a bit, there's a short mentioning of Bronies. I mean, the beginning is quite. I mean, it's just a copy paste from the previous page, but we have also a mention that the series has some moral to it and is educative for some reason. And here's the bigger part. It's only this big. It's mentioning the age of the Bronies, that they're usually between 15 and 29. It was interesting. Yeah, let's mention fortune. Okay, that's one of the boring stuff. So, there is a short paragraph that talks about the Brony influence on the show itself. So especially the mentioning Derpy Hooves, like it was just seen by us, we fall in love with her, and so the show producer decided to mention her more and even use her like an Easter egg, just to place her somewhere and see how Bronies will react. And this is the weird thing, because it wasn't translated directly from the English version of the wiki. And here we have a mentioning of the Przystanek Woodstock. That's the something like Evergreen Core, but for normies, so the big outdoors concert. And Jerzy Owsiak, he's the public figure in Poland. He runs the charity, like a very big charity called Wielka Orkiestra Świątecznej Pomocy. They annually raise like millions of zlotys to help hospitals and children. But all this text only is talking about the event that happened during this concert. That there was a meeting between Bronies and Jerzy Owsiak, and he signed a poster with Derpy on it, and he said that that was the strangest things he ever signed so far. And I found this picture. It's this one. You can see this picture for Affinity. It's got the Derpy Hooves, and there is sign him, and the peace symbol. The picture was uploaded by account called Polish Force, and somehow the author of the photo and the owner of this placard at the moment is Lemon, whoever he is. Do you know him or not really? Okay, so and probably this placard, this poster is gone so far. I have no idea where is it. But maybe we will know at some point. Okay, so let's switch to English version, because I mean, the English version of Wikipedia is the most interesting for me, because it has the most content and it really hasn't breaks like at all. You will find anything here about Bronies, and maybe not like everything, but if they wanted to to show us some, I don't know, clock fix, they will. Clock part, yeah, especially the explicit one. Any controversies, anything? It starts and it has a lot of articles on that matter. I'll show them later. So here's the beginning of the article itself. We have some photos from the Bronych from 2012. It's nothing interesting really, just the basic stuff where the So, and we have also the something that Polish article doesn't cover, because the history of Bronies at Polish article ends in like something like 2013 or something, and we have here described modern era of Bronies. And yeah, I suppose if you are on this panel already can read English. Yeah, but basically they state here that the Brony fandom still is around. They make stuff. There are music concerts. There are fun works like fan fictions, like the music, like the fanfics, fan arts. Which is tried to nostalgia, like it was probably it could be a reason for it. Oh, and they mentioned China. In China, the merchandise distributed across China is to be massive. I mean, I don't know if you have ever seen any photos from Chinese Bronies. Yeah, they have like a lot of merch. They even have pony-themed cars. I mean, it's not like they drive them all the time, because
Their Bilibili accounts are very active.
oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, we have about Northwest Welsh. That's the paragraph about pony conventions. And there is like a lot of them mentioned. I mean, this is quite old, because we can see here, for example, back in Manchester. I mean, the convention now is gone. Like, I don't know when was the last back held, what year it was, but it was probably it was before the pandemic, I think so. Never mind, they also have, I mean, a lot of talks. Most of them are still running, some of them are gone. We have also, the article also mentions a lot of things that Bronies do, like conventions, music, fan fiction, all the stuff you know probably, but there is interesting, at least in my opinion, this paragraph, about the science, technology and engineering. Mostly this paragraph talks about the page 15 AI, and descriptive here is just text-to-speech website, and it's a voice synthesizer basically. If you want to make Twilight Sparkle say anything explicit, you can just type it onto the web page, hit the button, and here you go. You can listen to her. This is for it. Yep. Okay. Thank you. Now, and what we have here, what is the history of the 15? Oh, and the last sentence is interesting, because apparently there was a cryptocurrency company called VoiceVerse, had generated voice lines of Twilight Sparkle, and they able dash using 15 AI, pitch them up to some promoted them as the byproduct of their own technology. So, I mean, fan project was enough good to sell, even if it was made worse, just for the sake of make it unrecognizable. And here we have some examples. If we were at the web page, now we could hear it. We have also weird paragraph about Bronies in the military. I mean, I suppose it's mostly focused on the US side of the world, but yeah, a lot of Bronies were
in the Finnish army as well.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so at the time, like 4 or 5% of Bronies were enlisted. Military personnel. There's mentioning the descriptions of Bronies in other media, and the line about here is the most interesting because the My Little Pony adult fan base isn't only Bronies, but for example some conventions like UK Ponycon were happening very early because before the Bronies era, let's say, the first UK Ponycon was held in like 2004, and it was mostly the place for the toy collectors, just to exchange the ponies. Yeah, and here one of these collectors says that what about us? We have been here forever and nobody seems to care. Yeah, but now there are all these guys in their 20s that are crazy about it, and it's suddenly important, it means something. And probably, I mean, it had to be culture shock at the UK Ponycon, especially like in 2000. You had a question? Okay, sorry. Because I was thinking you were raising your rainbow or something. Yeah. And we have a bigger paragraph about the politics. At first, this also is covered quite well on the German version of Wikipedia. And first, at the beginning, we have a mentioning of Pirate Party in Germany that insisted on the inclusion of a break called Pony Time. Yeah, in the Parliament office. So, yeah, they have both. You have to admit it. And then there is also the internet activist group called Anonymous used the character Rainbow Dash to defeat a website of the Social Democratic Party of Austria in 2011 and 2012. Yeah, there is a archived news report about that in YouTube. Unfortunately, or fortunately for some of you, it's in Polish, and it looks on the other hand absurd and the other hand dramatic, because they are showing the pictures of Rainbow Dash standing at near the like in the background of the Soviet Union flag. She's saluting, the Soviet anthem is playing by, and everything is being dubbed with by the news anchor with dramatic voice. Like, I mean, you have to look at it. It just looks sick. Sick. What's also interesting here? I think it's all I wanted to talk about this slide. And that was only a page about Bronies, the page titled the Brony fandom or something like that. But there is a whole category about fandom, and it even has some subcategories. You have, I mean, the site states that there are 57 articles about Brony fandom and Brony fandom related things. Well, they aren't, they are lying, because some of these titles here aren't the whole article themselves, but they are only links to certain paragraphs of a bigger article. And I will go from there. The first category is different way to pony conventions. Most of them start with B, which is weird. Hopefully Kucykon isn't starting with B, so we may survive. And there is a question like the article about the Babson is, I mean, it has a lot of stuff inside it. Especially they are mentioning the Pinkaboos drama. I don't know if you know what's about. So basically, to make long story short, Pinkaboo was was in the con team, and she was responsible for organizing concerts. But they decided that someone else would be responsible for these tasks. And suddenly all the musicians started to started to opt out from the convention, and it was a hard time. So they decided to do the canon and the concept separately. And that's the story. If you want to learn more, you can visit the webpage, the Wikipedia. Yeah, because everything is described quite in detail to tell the truth. And we have also the category of the running by the Polish conventions, with stuff like Galacon having its own webpage, Czechostria, for example. You wouldn't find Kucykon here because, things like that. Unfortunately, almost all these pages are quite boring because they are stating that enter the convention name is a My Little Pony convention held in the city, insert city name, in the country insert the name, and so on. It has this and this attendees, and I mean it's kind of boring, and so I will just go skip it to the most interesting part. There is also mentioning of Miyamura Fest in Moscow, Russia, which was raided by police. Quite recently, it was like in 2024. I don't think that it's that this article is telling the truth, especially at the latest part that they changed rainbow dash, rainbow color remain to the colors of Russian flag. And here is a citation because in another case it would be saying like citation edit or something. And this citation is actually some news site, an English-speaking one. It's not unfortunately Russian. I was asking, when the event was happening, like at live, I asked one Brony from Russia, and she told me that that wasn't the case because it wasn't Rainbow Dash that had these changed colors, but it was the con mascot. I don't know if it's true, maybe she was influenced by the police at the time, who knows. But it just confirms the theory that every OC is just the color of Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash is the coolest point. We also have some nice graphs on Wikipedia. This, for example, is the graph of the attendance in the Mythicon conventions. Most of them are happening in the US. This is of course Bronych, and this is of course 2019. We can see some decline before the pandemic, but I think we are so back, especially with costs going up. I mean, it's just a tiny bit, but at least we aren't going to extinct that fast. It's nice to know that. This is from the article about the not really only fan fiction, but fan wars of the fandom. They of course are mentioning the music, the pictures of the ponies, of animations, of stuff like that, and the three categories are mentioned in the end of this article, and there are self-inserts, so you put yourself in your story. Slash fix is the shipping thing between the same gender characters, and they are mentioned in the clock fix, and there is even the main article, and it is hard. And I will be talking about it and even show you some pictures. They're interesting. But don't get too horny now because I won't show you all of them. Only the mildest one. That's all for the slide. And let's jump to 4chan, because Wikipedia not only has the page for the article about the 4chan, but also they have a dedicated article to the /MLP. And I mean, there's a lot of text in it, but the most interesting thing I think are these notable events that happened. And of course we have the Q&A session with Florian Fast, you have left container meme, We have ML-Pol, that was just a merge of the /MLP and /Pol. So we had ponies with politics together. Well, it's a weird idea, but okay, it was just a joke. I mean, it was meant to be just a joke, but yeah. What we also have, we have a Q&A session with another Larson. And I think that's all of the most interesting things so far. We have also mentioned Mayfair. It's not listed at for some reason at the list of the convention, but it's listed on this article about 4chan. And yeah, we have just pretty generic definition. Of course, we have the controversials. Oh no, the controversial. Yeah. We can see them. Of course, they have also they put the logo and even they have the description because I mean they had to. And we have also mentioning of the Pony Preservation Project. This is a project that had the aim to archive all the pony media. Maybe not all of them because that would be the pony archive. The goal was to archive the voices of the actresses and actors from the show, and each episode was showed by pieces, and the different voices were categorized. So later, the 15AI project could use them to make their website. Of course, this is a photo from the table Mayfair event, and with this swastika. Of course, this picture you can see this picture in Wikipedia. And we have article about Klopp. I mean, you have here pretty generic definition, and we can see her persona. Of Wikipedia, Wikipedia line. I mean, I would say it's a suggestive post. Of course, later then if we are going to read the article, we will see another picture here with quite also suggestive post. I think it was a stallion, but under him is a very explicit image. I mean, you can Google it, but only for your enjoyment, let's say. Yeah, that's not that. And okay, and also, I mean, this article is quite long. It doesn't only contains picture, but it also contains a lot of studies about erotic fan arts, about the ICR browsing. Yeah, okay. But they also have the statistics which show in which countries people watch this content. At most, do you have an idea what can it be? Russia. Yeah, they're listing especially the Eastern Europe. At first place there is Belarus, then there is Ukraine and Russia, followed by no, Czech Republic and Puerto Rico for some reason. Who knows? Maybe we in Poland just watch not enough, or who knows? Okay, and that's for the Wikipedia. But there also are some other web pages that aren't that. I mean, the picture that we have seen about Bronies is, I would say, it's quite neutral because Wikipedia has its policies to make articles.
It must be.
Yes, it must be. It has policy to make everything neutral. So, I mean, it was a quite picture of the Bronies. In neutral light, I think they achieved their goal. No, of course, the English language is better to search for stuff about fandom. we have seen the Polish one. Unfortunately, I was also searching for the articles in Czech, and there wasn't an article about Bronies. There wasn't an article about clothing. There wasn't articles like that. The only article I found in Czech was article about French is magic, and that was pretty old. German version has a lot of articles, but they are mostly translated English ones. And of course they are mentioning Galacon because they have good PR, and this pirate party because it was just happening to them. So yeah, they have this. For the other websites, let's say that are at least posing as on an encyclopedias. I know there was a satire encyclopedia called Encyclopedia Dramatica. Of course, they are painted as like the total losers and stuff like this because, yeah, they are very harsh, and I don't think it's very funny. I mean, not because they are touching me, but yeah, their jokes aren't very tasty for my taste at least. There is a bigger project called Encyclopedia. They have a lot of different. I mean, that's the satire encyclopedia. It poses to look like a Wikipedia, a bit at least. They have article about Bronies, and it was like so. Polish, they have Polish version. Polish version is also quite neutral. For example, in the English version we have they are stating that the Brony usually is a human woman who is overweight, lives in the parents' basement and so on. The Polish one states that that each Brony is different, so you have no idea if there is a Brony. If there isn't a Brony behind you, I mean, you can now check if this is the case or not. And they are even stating that there is even a worse option that the Brony can be inside you. So yeah. And I think that's all I wanted to talk about you. So thank you for showing up to this quite a short presentation. And yeah, find the Brony inside you, or just live in fear. Thank you.